Welcome, everybody, to the Fiercely Fast podcast. So today we are back for episode, what is this? Gosh, I don't even know. This is 3 or 4, but we're going to figure it out and you'll know once I put it up in the link. But yeah, so today I have my friend Mark, and you guys may know him on Instagram as baby_Yoda_built. And he has a 2021, I believe.
2001.
2000.
Yep.
Look, listen, I'm getting all the years mixed up. But
it's all good.
See, I wrote it. I wrote it as 2021. But yes, 2001 Volkswagen Beetle. And again, as you probably will have seen him around even recently at the Philly Auto Show. And it is a dope ride, guys. So welcome. I thank you so much for joining.
I appreciate you having me.
So you're based out of South Jersey, and just tell me even about like just the car scene that's out there, because I am more based in Central and North Jersey, so I haven't really experienced what that even looks like out there, but I heard it's a little different.
It's really no matter what you have, classic car, imports, trucks, motorcycles, there's a show for everything. So it's a nice pick.
I love it. Yeah, so I have to make my way out that side.
Definitely. You got to come down.
I have some family out there too, so I'm usually out there, but more for family rather than car shows. But next time, for sure. So kind of going back to the Philly Auto Show, that's where we officially met outside of the Instagram world.
Yeah, that was nice.
And I had the honor. So first off, thank you for allowing me to take that tour of your car, because I've seen it, of course, online on Instagram and with Cape Crusader. So shout out to y'all, and they'll be on the next episode. But yeah, just seeing the detail on your car is absolutely amazing.
I appreciate that.
Like just the rust on the car where you think it's actual rust, but it's not.
Yeah.
So, just kind of walk us through, the details of your car, the inspiration, give a little insight into it.
Okay. I'm a truck driver, so I was driving by a local junkyard. They were pushing it to the street. And I just made a U-turn, went back to look at the car. $600 later, I brought it home. Got the car running, and that was the whole idea for the rust, just to give it that junkyard car vibe.
Right.
And the car was green, and I said, we'll call it Baby Yoda. And it just slowly just progressed from the end of 2020 till now.
That is awesome. Yeah, it's definitely amazing. Just my favorite part, actually, of your car is the headliner.
Yes.
With Baby Yoda holding the suspension. I think that is the cutest thing ever. Yeah. Like, I'll make sure that you guys can see some of that, because it is just beautiful. Yes. Every little detail that you have, you really don't get to see it unless you're actually right in front of the car and taking. And I love detail. Just the little things for me, and you have a lot of little things that add up. Yeah. So what would you even say is like your favorite detail, or just a favorite part of your car?
I think one of the favorite things I did was I first started, this is like my third one I did, on the gas door. It's an old car, so the release broke for it. And then I got picky because I got the car wrapped and I didn't want somebody to put their finger and try to lift it up. So I went to a thrift shop and I found this old brass knob. So I had an evolution of knobs. So now this new one I have is an actual top of the globe. And it's just that little touch that you walk to the back of the car and you see it, and it's just like, wait. And it's not supposed to be there, and that's why I like it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So what else would you even say on your car is something that people may not even know? So I, of course, have one thing that I'm going to talk about, but I will let you choose whatever that is, and we'll see if it's the same thing.
Okay. I guess my next favorite would be, as far as one of the hidden things, I have a Heineken mini keg.
Yes, I've seen that.
Under the hood. And I don't really drink that much. So when you see a Heineken mini keg sitting in my garage, you're like, what happened today?
Right.
And it's just a little hidden feature you see in there, and it's functional. It actually works for a heat shield. but it's a good conversation. German car, German
Yes,
beer.
yes.
So,
No, that's awesome.
yeah.
And just a quick disclaimer, I have to explain the shirt thing, guys. So of course we have a green screen. I wore a green shirt today. It has Star Wars on it, but I'm looking a little psychedelic. So you know what? We're going to roll with it. So just letting y'all know if I look a little crazy in my shirt, that's exactly why. But, you know, whatever. So, yeah. So now going back into even my favorite detail, what I really want to talk about is the number 84. When we had our own conversation about this, I thought that was amazing. So I would love for you to kind of give the reasoning behind that, you know, what exactly that means.
The number 84 in the door means it's the 84th car I've owned. I started at 13. My first car was a Ford Festiva. I took it for $200, sold it. The Mustang was the first car I really flipped because I put like 3 years into the car.
Wow.
And a local high school kid that was graduating saw me working on the car, and he kept bothering me to buy this car. And my dad said, sell it. You know, you'll make your money on it. And it just from 13 years old, I flipped my first car.
That's awesome.
You know, and I just been doing it ever since.
I mean, I've only been in I guess this car game for a year and a half now. And to say that is your 84th car, like I'm on number 3. And so just to kind of compare that, like that's wild to me. But I think that's an amazing journey because I'm like, with all those cars that you've owned, you've done something to it, or even if you didn't, you know, you just owned it. And I think that's just amazing, especially like how people flip houses, like you're flipping cars.
That's what I was doing.
And that is so cool, you know? So that's really dope. I was blown away by that, like 84.
It's been and everyone has a story. Each one, you know, I can remember them, you know.
Yeah, you got to do like an evolution. Do you have pictures of them?
It's funny because, you know, back in the day, you didn't have...
Right, that's true.
So I have photo albums with actual pictures of cars in it. So, yeah, definitely.
I'll send you some
pictures.
Yes, please. Yeah. That's like, it reminds me of, you know, like the baby photo albums.
Exactly.
I know I have some of those at home.
It's all
Oh, my gosh. No, that is funny. So, you know, with that, just being in the car game for, you know, that amount of time, you know, you have seen even just the evolution of it. So what has that even been like from what you were when you were younger and, you know, to now as an adult? Like, what has that been for you?
It's been my first show was in 1995. That's when I graduated. So a friend of mine, he passed away last year. He took me to my first show, and he said, "What are you guys building these cars for?" And we're like, "We're trying to ride around and see the girls." You know? He was like, "Get your cars together, follow me to a show." We actually came up here.
Wow.
We went to Jersey Jambo, which was in Seaside Heights. So our first show was eventually up this way.
Wow.
So long story short, just it went from people being humble and talking to each other to a lot of egos, a lot of not knocking any different genres of people with cars, but it's just the different levels of people and their attitudes are reflecting, and it puts a bad light on the whole scene. It's just like, we're here for one thing, cars. Yeah. You know, we talk about them, we build them, we inspire kids. And, you know, if I want to have a conversation with you and you're just too proud to talk, you know.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where, for me, I'm a people person. I mean, clearly I'm here having conversations with people all the time. And, you know, I have noticed that. And, you know, it's people. You know, we can't really, unfortunately, we can't do anything about that. People are people. But, I've always felt like, you know, this is a space where I want to get away from, you know, the stresses of life and just whatever it is that, you know, you may be experiencing. Like, I want to come in, have some fun with people who love cars, just want to be around people. I get to meet so many great people, talk about, what did you do with your car? You know, what was that? What was this? And just having that conversation to me has been just very enlightening, because then you get to hear people's stories and, you know, sometimes it's something that it's like very simple to something that is grand, you know, and just and everything in between, of course.
Exactly.
But having that conversation with people, I think I just love, because I know why I got my car. So I love to hear why they got theirs, or whatever the case is. You know, why are you doing what you're doing?
Yeah, what was that spark?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, to hear that. So it is kind of unfortunate when, you know, you when you may not have those exact conversations.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is, and you move on and you find other people. So, yeah, so I definitely appreciate that. So kind of even talking about the good, you know, kind of switching into the not so good things, and, you know, with stuff that we've even seen in, I would say, the shore side with last season, where people, you know, have lost their lives and things like that. And it's very unfortunate. And don't get me wrong. Listen, I love seeing it. I love seeing people doing burnouts. I love seeing people, you know, sliding all over. I love it. Like, that is part of it too.
Yeah.
You know, especially as car people,
Yes.
we love that stuff.
Yeah.
But then there is that level where you're like, okay, now it's really about safety. And you know, I don't go to those things because I'm like, one, I need to make it back home for my son.
Yes.
Like, or not even my son. Like, I need to make it back home for me.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
I want to live.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't want to put myself in those positions. And, you know, it is unfortunate when you see things like that.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, what are even some things that it's like, you know, being in the car community, being in it for, you know, the amount of time that you have, and you've seen it, you know, where it may not have been like that before, but seeing it now, you know, just kind of talk about what that has been.
You know, I mean, granted, you know, we all did our things with our cars, but, you know, we're no angels, but we were also safe with it. We had a little bit more common sense. And this new generation is all doing it for the spotlight. And they don't care about safety. They're wrecking these $50,000 cars. And it's just, you're putting a bad light on the sport. So that's why when you get 3 or 4 cars together in a parking lot, cops come in and shut it down because they think, what are you getting ready to do?
Yeah.
You can't just be 4 buddies with a coffee and just talking about your cars. It's putting a bad light on the sport.
It is. And so I'm hoping, I am hopeful.
Yeah.
You know, with everything. And I'm really hoping that things will change.
Yeah.
Or, you know, they're doing those things, of course, do it safely. Do it wherever you need to do it, where it's not going to harm other people, and or even just yourself, you know, like you want people to be safe at all times. And so we will see. And you know, as parents, you know, we were talking about with you know, the recent tragedy in Nashville with the 6 that lost their lives, and of course it's not car related, but just even that with the youth, you know, it's one of those things where it's very heartbreaking.
It's very sad.
And like there's really no words for it, you know, and it's like I said, it's not car related, but it is more lives being lost. And we don't want that in the car community.
Not
like we all just want to enjoy, do some cruises, you know, go out, have some fun, whatever we need to do, and go back home.
Yes.
That's all it is. So, yeah, so fingers crossed, guys. Come on.
Please.
Come on, guys. We want y'all to make it home.
You go to elementary school, you want to go get some, play with some Legos, eat your little sandwich, and come home safe. It shouldn't worry about shelters in place and lockdowns.
Yeah.
You know, we had fire drills.
Right.
You know, if you lived in the Midwest, you had drills for, like, tornadoes. You know?
That's it.
That's it. You know?
I know. It's tough.
It's sad.
Yeah, so even for my son, I can't fathom having to have a conversation about those things. Like, and I know recently at his school they did have you know, drills for active I don't want to say it, but all of that. And I'm like, even for me, I never had to worry about that.
No.
It was the furthest thing from my mind.
Never.
Like, I just needed to make sure I got on the bus on time, because I'm like, well, I didn't have anyone to take me home at this time. So I'm like, that's all I really had to worry about. You know, even you can go out and play without maybe supervision. That wasn't my case, of course, but you know, you were still able to do things like that where you didn't. You know, things of course were still crazy, but you had a level of safety where it's like, okay, if she wants to go out, whatever, I know she'll at least come back home, you know? But now it's like you really have to watch everything. And I'm like, this is stressful, just having to think about that every day.
It's tough.
Yeah, so I'm like, I remember I told you, I was like, I need my son strapped at this point, because I'm like...
it's, my son's 15, and, he's starting to learn himself, and it's just different because, like, me at 15 and him at 15 is two different worlds.
Yes.
And I try to tell him that. So he thinks I'm being strict and letting him go places, but yet I don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
I don't know the parents.
Right.
I don't know the scene that you're going to. And I don't want to be that dad sitting in the back room like a bouncer because I want you to come home that night.
Yeah.
So, I just won't take you.
Right.
You can't go. Your friends are going to be mad, but I still have my son. He's my only, so it is what it is.
Yeah, and I think especially now that I'm a parent, I absolutely understand where my mom was coming from. My mom was I'm her baby, I'm her princess, so, and I'm the only child as well.
Yeah.
So I understand. It's like, of course at that time we're like, oh, I want to go, or I want to do this.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, okay, I
get
it. I absolutely get it, because especially now it's like it seems worse, and I'm like, okay. I tell my son, I'm like, okay, we're not doing this because I don't know what's going on, and it's nerve-wracking. But then you also still want to give him a little bit of freedom, because then you don't want to hold them back too much. Yeah. So it's. I mean, parenting is hard.
It's very hard.
Whatever.
I loosened up the reins about 2 weeks ago. He asked me, can he go to the mall with his buddies? And I said, all right, here's the deal. I said, it's not about race. It's about how you carry yourself. So it was, black, white, Spanish, all mixed together. I said, listen, go to the mall, act like I taught you. At the end of the day, I said, security's going to look at you guys all together because they're going to think you're going to do something.
Right.
Surprise them and don't do nothing.
Yes.
They went, they had a good time, they had pizza. It's sad because when we went to the mall back in the day, there was an arcade. Right. There was things to do. So they go around, they just want to shop.
Yeah.
Shop and eat. So which was fine. But long story short, he had a good time.
Yeah.
They were safe. They came home. So he's slowly working his way into that. But still, there's got to be parameters because there's other kids from other schools that come in. And it's always going to be something.
Always the bad apples.
Exactly.
Always the bad apples. And we don't want bad apples around our kids.
No.
So, apples, stay away. Bad ones. But, so, even with that, where can we even expect to see you this season? Because we're going to switch back into the car stuff now, after talking a little heavy. We're going to, end it off light. So, where can we expect you this season?
This year, it's going to be a big event for me down at the Battleship in Camden.
Oh.
I'm parked at the pier. So I'll actually be right by the Battleship with Yoda. So that's
that is so nice.
So that's April 22nd. So that's
very nice.
That's like the peak of that's the start of my season. That's my first big show. Sunday, I'm actually doing a show for autism with my car club. We're actually sponsoring it. We're gonna be doing that one, and then it's just gonna it's my season.
That is nice. From
April to December.
Oh my gosh, even that long?
Yeah, we do Christmas parades, Toys for Tot charity. We do Toys for Tot charity stuff.
Very nice.
So yeah, we're busy.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And well, since you're talking about the car club, shout out your car club.
Endless Pleasures, South Jersey. We're reaching out. We got a couple of guys coming down from North Jersey that want to join us. So
nice.
I think we're doing something right down here.
That is awesome. So how is that car club? Like, is it any cars? Is it a specialty? Because of course, every car club is different. Some are all show cars. Yeah. Some are a mix. Some are, muscle cars, JDM. So what is yours like?
We are basically, we want you to shine no matter what level you are.
Love that.
If you have a bone stock car, come to the show with us. Don't be uninspired.
Right.
As soon as you go, you're going to get inspired.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just, don't worry about the trophy. Don't worry about this. Just go and talk to people. And then before you know it, that little $2-3 modification is going to add up.
Yes.
And before you know it, you'll have a fully done car.
Yes.
And you'll learn to do stuff yourself from other people. And it's just, we have everything from something that's full blown to right off the showroom floor.
Awesome.
So it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's motorcycles, everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
I can definitely attest to the you start off stock, because I remember being stock.
Yeah.
And straight off the lot, went to my first car event,
Yep.
and everybody's like, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, what? I just got the car.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm doing. I think by that time I had like tinted taillights.
But it was a start.
It was something. And then, of course, I met people, and I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. So I'm like, whatever amount of money later, here we are.
Yeah.
But, it's been fun.
Yeah.
And just seeing everybody's cars and getting details. And it's like, sometimes you think people may be like stealing your ideas, but it's not. It's really just an inspiration. And that's how it starts, So it's like you may have something similar, but it's still different.
Yeah.
It's for your car.
And it's funny because, I'm new to the Volkswagen world. I never built a VW ever. So I have guys that have VWs now reaching out to me, asking me certain things. And I'm like, but I'm not the first to do it. But yet they like what I did.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
So now I'm talking to people. But I'm just humble with all of it. I love my car. It's fun, and I'm not one of those, I love it. That's it, humble.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's been just, like I said, meeting people and seeing what they put into the cars. Like me, I'm not a hands-on person. Like people who know me, I'm not. I'm the Mopar princess for a reason. Like, I'm not joking. We'll keep that name. I like the name. I did like it.
It works.
But I do little things. But like to get my hands dirty, probably not.
Not happening.
So I appreciate everyone who does, because of course it saves you so much money. But I'm just not the one to go in, because I think also what it is for me, I get nervous. Like if I do something, I'm like, am I gonna break it?
Yeah.
Because of course that is my daily. So if I break it, I can't get to work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to touch it. Let me leave it.
Decision,
Yes. I'm like, let me leave it to the professionals. Little things I don't mind doing. But if I'm taking apart, like I had to take apart like my bumper.
Okay.
And I tried it by myself first. I really tried, went on YouTube, did everything.
Yeah.
Failed.
Yeah.
And even my dad was like, I don't know if that looks right.
Yeah.
And I even asked for his help. My dad doesn't want to touch my car because he's like, if I do something,
Okay.
he doesn't want to be responsible for it, which I get. But I'm like, I need help. So I'm like thankful to, even some of my team members, especially like Ryan and Kendall. Shout out to you guys. They held me out. And because I'm like, I tried. I really tried. And it was too much. So I said, this is why I have friends. This is why there are people who actually do this stuff for a living. For people like me, like that's what they're there for. So I will gladly use those people and pay them to do those things for me.
At the end of the day, you're still getting it done. It's still your ideas. It's still your stuff. It's just you didn't physically do it.
I'm like, I'm the brains behind the
there you
bills.
go.
Like
There you go.
I'll stick to that.
Like the mastermind.
Yeah, and I just need a team to help me get it together, and I'm good. So but shout out to y'all for, because I mean, even when you do it yourself, I know there's definitely like a different feeling because you did it. You put it together, you built it with your hands. So I can understand even how that feels, how it even makes you appreciate your car even more because you treat it differently too. Because you're like, I put this together. I need to make sure I don't do anything to mess it up. So there's that extra level too. So I get it. Maybe one day.
It's nice, especially like if somebody like looks in your car, like my interior, the Baby Yoda fabric.
Yes, the panels.
That's like from Amazon. It was $5 a yard. I watched a few YouTube videos. Said, what the heck? Let's do it. And when people actually notice that stuff done to my car, I sit back like, I never did interiors before. But it works.
And I always call it like YouTube University. Because I'm like, you really could learn anything on YouTube. I just don't have the patience.
It's tough.
To be honest, because after a while, I'm like, forget this. Let me just put it right back. So shout out to y'all.
They make the videos look easy, but sometimes that little 30-minute video turns into a 3-day nightmare.
I've had so many friends put in like the star headliners, and of course I have had conversations to the point where they're like frustrated after like 1 hour because you have to put in each one.
Yeah.
And no.
No.
Nope, not gonna happen.
That's for a professional.
It is. And that is not me.
No.
And I will never act like I'm a professional, guys. I promise you. I promise you. I will be the first one to say, I'm going to pay somebody to do that. Like,
absolutely. I have my limits. Even right now, I mean, I'm getting like internal stuff done to my motor. That's beyond my reach.
Right.
It's a Volkswagen. It's a tiny motor. I have big hands. I can't work on this car. I bought all the parts. My buddy's going to do the motor work. So guess what? You can say you fixed the motor.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my gift is talk. That's what that is. That is my gift. It is not building. It is not.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I accept it.
All right.
It is what it is.
I appreciate it.
So now we're going to go into the 5-gear question round.
Okay.
So we have done this before, but now I have a bucket. Okay. It is just a plain bucket for now. I'm going to see if I can get it bedazzled because you know I like the bling and all that stuff. I actually have, I'm going to bring it on when it gets a little warmer. I have it's like a tumbler. And it actually is bedazzled, and it has Mopar Princess on it, and my name on the other side, pink and orange.
So that's you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta send it to her.
Yeah.
She had a baby. The girl that did it, she had a baby, so she's on leave.
Okay.
But I'm gonna hit her up because I think the baby's old enough now where she can start back.
She can hook that up.
Yeah. So
there you go.
So guys, be on the lookout for my bedazzled bucket. But for now, we're going to deal with this. It's gold, closest we got. So, it is full of questions. So, you are going to randomly just choose a question.
Okay.
And you're going to answer them. So, I'll have you read it. So, this is, or I'll let you read it. Or if you want me to read it.
No, you read it. I'll answer.
Okay. So, you pick.
So I'll pick. All right.
Yes. All right. So, first question. If you were an action figure, what 2 accessories would you come with?
Oh.
Yeah, these questions are all over the place, by the way.
Caught me off guard.
Good, that's the whole point.
A backup life. Like some kind of recharge,
good.
some kind of like health
That's
kit.
good.
Like something to regenerate my health so I can keep going.
Nice.
And speed.
Okay.
So if I can't beat you, I'm gonna at least get away from you. And,
I know that's right. You gotta get away. Got to get away. All right. Oh wait, no, that's not me doing it.
All right. So now I know these are.
All right. Question number 2. What bucket list item do you want to check off this year? I got you thinking now.
Yes, you do. Actually, I'm actually working on it. Actually driving like 5 hours one way to a car show.
Huh. You haven't done that yet?
No, not in this car.
Oh.
Because it's 22 years old, so that's why I've been cautious. Yeah.
Oh.
So this year we're going down to like West Virginia.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's a big thing for me to be in that for like 5 hours with my other friend, and he's 6 foot. So seeing both of us in this little car 5 hours one way, it's gonna be a journey.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Yeah, you know it would be cool. You have to document that.
I got GoPro set up.
Nice.
I'm doing a GoPro on my roof rack, and then we're gonna have in car.
Very nice. Yeah, you gotta document that.
All I can say is he's gonna have a Wookiee mask on, and I'm gonna have a Mandalorian mask on, and we're driving down 95.
I love it.
So
I love it.
That's all I'm gonna say for now.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. Yeah, no, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. 3 more questions to go. All right. Do you prefer sweet or savory food?
Savory.
Why?
Home cooking. I grew up on that home cooking. Yeah.
I get it.
You know, I'm a product of down south. My dad's from Jacksonville, Florida. So
oh wow.
Yeah, that's all I grew up on.
I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah. My family, we go to Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
basically almost like every year.
Okay.
And yeah, every time we've gone down there, people always like go for the food.
Yeah.
So, you know, we get the hookups on like which restaurant
Where
to
to go,
go to.
the
Don't
good spots.
always go to the tourist spots. You got to go to the like the hole in the walls,
Yes.
and got to go to the
Yes.
ones that are like in the cut.
Yes.
Because that's where the
That's
real
where-
food
that's
is.
where it is.
Yeah, like, you know, grandma in the back cooking, and like the ones who really season their food. You know, those type of things.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, we gotta.
I get it. That was like when I went to Jamaica. We went off the beaten path, probably where
Yes.
tourists shouldn't have went.
Yeah. But that's where the good food is.
And that's where the good food was. And then after
Yeah.
coming home and watching a few of the movies like Teresa and all them, I realized maybe we shouldn't have went down them alleys.
Right.
But we had great food. So
That's all that matters. You
Yeah.
came home full.
that's it.
That's it. Yeah, I agree with that because my family's from Barbados. So
Okay.
when I haven't been back in, gosh, I don't even know how long it's
Mm-hmm.
been now, but it's been a while. But yeah, we would always go like it's called St. Lawrence Gap or Oystons
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. So it's always the places that people don't really go, that you really have to go for like the good
The
food.
good food, the
yeah.
real food. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go back.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could go for some of that right
I
now.
know, you don't
Oh
wanna
my
think
gosh.
about it.
I don't.
Yeah.
But soon.
Okay.
Soon.
All right.
Soon.
Yeah.
All right. Next
All right.
question.
Number 4.
Yes.
Get a good one here.
Okay. All right. What's something new or interesting that you've learned recently?
Something new or interesting. My son is 100% fluent in Spanish.
What?
And he didn't tell us. He's been doing it in school, and I knew he was taking a course. He sent us a letter to the house, and it was in Spanish. So I'm like, this is the wrong address. He was like, no, let me get it. And he actually read it because he wrote it.
Wow.
And I was blown away. So when I come home some days, and he's from school, and he's upstairs rapping in Spanish, and I'm like,
Wow.
and I didn't know. So I'm like, okay.
That's
All right.
amazing.
Yeah.
So he did that just only in school?
Yeah, he learned. He's been like, well, elementary. He started Spanish in like 4th grade.
He was a sponge.
Yeah,
That's
so
why.
he's a sophomore now. They're actually putting him in an accelerated class next year.
That's amazing
so
because
he's-
even to have that under your belt when you're looking for jobs like that
Bilingual, yeah.
and like Mandarin.
Yes.
Those two I know are huge
Yeah.
skills. So that wow.
Yeah.
Kudos to your king.
Yeah, I was proud. Yes, good job, son. Good job,
Wow,
Junior.
Yes. No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Listen, all I know is hola
Yeah,
and like ¿Cómo estás?
I know the basics. Yeah,
See?
that's it. Yeah,
That's all we got.
yeah, that's it.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I was shocked, and when he told me his reasoning for it, I said, okay, we're gonna talk about that later.
Was it a girl?
Yes. His little 5th grade.
It was
his
a girl.
His little 5th grade crush actually just asked him out. So
That's so cute.
he's all blown away now. And I said, all right, we're gonna have that talk.
And you see,
But he's a
and
good kid. He's got his head on his shoulders. He knows.
Good. That's so funny
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
See, but he knows that the Spanish language it
Yes.
does sound nice.
Yes.
When you're talking to a lady friend. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
His best friend's Spanish and his family, so when he hangs out with them, and he's just in the mix, I'm like,
That's
yeah,
so funny.
yeah, that's my boy.
But you know what? Listen, it worked out because he got the girl.
He got the girl.
He got the girl, and then he could get a good job with that too.
That's
So he planned it out.
Yes, he did.
Good for him.
That's
That's
it.
awesome. Wow. Okay. Last question.
All right, let's
Let's
get it.
see if it's a crazy one, serious one. Who knows?
Let me stir the pot.
All right.
All right, I got a good one.
Oh gosh, sometimes I'm like, why did I write these questions? Okay, so this one is, what flavor of tea represents you? Yeah, I'm telling you, when I write these questions sometimes and now I read it back, I'm
so-
sorry.
And I hear it, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, because like my best friend always makes jokes about my eyes, so I'm gonna say weak iced tea. He said my eyes are light brown. He said your eyes are like weak iced tea.
I see it.
And so
They are, yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go with weak iced tea.
That is so funny.
That was
See?
perfect.
There it is.
Yeah,
So see, it comes in handy.
See? Yep. I'm gonna tell him that came up. I'm gonna tell him that came up in the podcast.
Oh, that is great. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I appreciate you
This was awesome.
for indulging me in these questions. Yeah, oh gosh, yeah. There's, yeah. So you got off pretty good in these because there's some silly ones.
Okay.
But no, it's been fun, and I thank you again for doing this. You know, just make sure to follow him on Instagram, baby_Yoda_built. I will make sure to tag him in the videos. You know, just check him out, see what he's got going on, and make sure to, as I said, follow him, but then also make sure to share his stuff and talk to him when you see him. You know, that's what it's all about in this community. So, you know, thank you all for joining again, and just continue to stay tuned, share, like, subscribe, all of that. And you never know where you'll see me. You never know who you will see on this show. Sometimes I don't even know we're going to see what's going to happen, but it's going to be a great time. So again, thank you all for joining, and we will see you next episode. Bye.